Addressing stress at work.
Buenos días, Noelia. Buenos días. Buenos días a todos, efectivamente, Noelia. Vamos a esperar un minuto y empezamos la clase. Very cold in your city, Noelia. You are in Madrid. Okay. You are -2 more or less, Noelia, because I live in Valladolid, so very near you. And here I see -2. Some moments ago, I don't know, when I got up at 7:30 or so, it was -4. So more or less the same in Madrid. Good morning, Ana María. How are you? Noelia, in Madrid, you are okay. Not -1, okay. So here, yes, here in Valladolid, I say -2, but during the night, I think -5 or so. Okay, so Anna, where are you? In which city? In which part of Spain? So your life is marvelous, Ana María. I love Cádiz. I always go at Easter and in summer. So I would love to live in Cádiz, but at the same time, I am working in the UNIR. I am also a teacher in a high school. So if I only worked for UNIR, I think I will live in Cádiz or in Conil, these places. Okay, Madrid is also a great place to be. I usually go. Okay. Bueno, pues buenos días a todos los que estáis. Los que veo por el momento sois Noelia, Ana, María, Ana Vallejo y Félix. También buenos días a Aina. Ya sabéis que yo me paso un poco de puntual, suelo estar a -10, hoy está un poco más tarde, a -5 y bueno, ya empezando la clase seriamente. La última semana no pude estar con vosotros porque tuve COVID, entonces, pero vamos, antes había tenido ya COVID, pero en esta ocasión pues tuve fiebre 5 o 6 días. Entonces, esa es la razón, esa es la razón. Buenos días a todos, Ina. Bienvenida y algo importante, feliz año que no nos había visto. Había visto a otras clases, pero vosotros sois el primer curso que veo, es decir, la primera vez que os veo en este curso. Entonces, bueno, la razón por la cual, gracias Noelia, la razón por la cual nos vi en esa semana es porque, bueno, estuve de baja y importante, hoy vamos a tener doble sesión. Ahora por la mañana tenemos 1 hora y esta tarde tenemos un poco más de 1 hora, 1 hora y cuarto, 1 hora y 20, 1 hora y media, según se nos vaya dando la clase. Eh, 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 He corregido, si no estoy equivocada, eh, todas vuestras tareas de la segunda sesión y empezaré a corregir de manera progresiva la tercera tarea, que era, si recordáis, ahora os lo voy a recordar, durante la presentación, the organization and the different departments you have in your company. Eh, eh, digamos que en estas sesiones que nos quedan de enero, sobre todo voy a centrarme en acabar el tema o la unidad 5 o las cosas que son importantes, chicos, en la unidad 5, pero sobre todo voy a centrarme en explicaros un poco no, bastante cómo es el examen y también en qué consiste el examen oral, porque ya sabéis que con todo lo que estáis haciendo, más la plataforma de X-Way, tenéis 4 puntos, pero luego hay 6 puntos que son el examen. Y dentro de ese examen, que tiene teóricamente 4 partes, hay una parte que es, digamos, lo que llaman el examen oral, que realmente es una actividad, porque tenéis que enviarme, subiré el examen oral unas 2 o 3 semanas antes del examen escrito y consiste simplemente en hacer una grabación sobre una serie de fotografías que yo os doy en relación con temas de recursos humanos, de management, de conflicts in the office, managing stress, applying for a job, an interview, y vosotros lo que tenéis que hacer, creo que es en vuestro caso hablar durante 2 minutos sobre lo que os tenéis que grabar, sobre lo que veis en esa fotografía. Con lo que os estoy diciendo, lo que quiero decir es que si habéis trabajado las tareas, aunque no hayáis conseguido en las tareas un punto en cada una, es decir, igual hay gente que consigue pues un 0,6, otros un 0,7, alguno un 1, bueno, tenéis mucho hecho, muchísimo. Y con el examen oral que me mandéis, que es como una actividad y que forma parte de la nota del examen escrito, es decir, yo a lo que saquéis el examen escrito sumaré esa nota del examen oral, tenéis mucho de la asignatura ya diríamos que ganado o aprobado, y el examen de alguna manera para aquellos que estáis haciendo todas las actividades viene a ser el redondeo de esa nota hacia, pues bueno, un bien, un notable y en algún caso algún sobresaliente. Ciertamente, y ahora empiezo ya la clase como tal, hay alumnos que directamente se saltan la plataforma de X-Way, se saltan las actividades porque igual su nivel de inglés es un C1 y van directamente al examen. Entonces ellos pueden sacar como máximo de nota 6 puntos, que son los que se otorgan a la parte oral y al examen. Pero claro, es una decisión en la cual tú tienes que estar muy seguro, porque lógicamente para tener un 6 o un 5,5 en la nota o un 5, tienes que sacar entre 9 y 10 en el examen. Entonces, bueno, los que estáis aquí, a los que he corregido, lógicamente, y a los que luego me veréis, el 80% de las personas me habéis entregado todas las actividades, con lo cual estáis en el buen camino. Today I'm going to tell you, os voy a decir qué es lo que vamos a hacer ahora por la mañana y por la tarde. Entiendo que habrá personas, que habrá alguno de vosotros que os incorporaréis por la tarde y otros que estéis ahora que no podréis incorporaros por la tarde. Pero digamos que la sesión, para que lo entendamos, va a ser un continuum, ¿vale? Entonces yo ahora os voy a explicar, os voy a introducir la unidad 5 y qué es lo que vamos a trabajar durante esta hora y durante la hora y media que vamos a estar durante la tarde. Simplemente porque supongo que algunos no podéis estar o algunos os vais a incorporar y que sepáis que de alguna manera la clase es un continuum. Okay, so I'm going to begin with the class, guys, and the first thing I'm going to do is to present the classroom. Give me a second, please. Okay. So now, in some seconds, you are going to see in front of you um, not only the presentation, of this class, but also the presentation of we are going to do in the unit 5 of the Dexway platform and during this evening. So as you can see in front of you, today, now and during this afternoon, evening, I think it's at 6, okay, we are going to talk about two different sessions, but basically we are going to work with the unit 5, and also we are going to make a kind of revision of everything we have been doing during the course. Como os he dicho antes, ya durante esta tarde, pero durante las próximas semanas, además de hacer una revisión, lo que voy a hacer es enseñaros exámenes tanto orales, es decir, lo que me tenéis que enviar como un examen oral, como exámenes escritos, de tal manera que os hagáis una idea clara y fidedigna del examen que vais a tener y del tipo de preguntas. Efectivamente, y vuelvo a repetir, el tipo de preguntas y el tipo de readings que vais a encontrar están directamente ligadas con la plataforma Dexway y con la temática que hemos dado hasta ahora. Pero bueno, también es verdad que en el inglés los temas van a ser lógicamente centrados en estos temas, pero lo que yo quiero un poco deciros es que a veces en el inglés, en cualquier idioma, en español, en alemán, puedes hacer perfectamente una reading o puedes perfectamente responder una listening, aunque haya partes que no entiendas. De hecho, todos hemos tenido circunstancias en las cuales estamos teniendo una conversación o estamos escuchando a un profesor y, por ejemplo, dos frases no las hemos entendido, pero sin embargo la contextualización del resto o la lectura del resto hace que podamos entender el resto o toda la idea general. Entonces, esa idea que algunos alumnos siempre decís, ya Raquel, pero es que igual no sé parte del vocabulario, puede ser, es decir, puede ser que haya cosas que simplemente no hayáis podido estudiar o siempre hay palabras que aparecen y lógicamente puede ser que no hayamos visto, pero eso nunca tiene que ser óbice ni en este idioma ni en ningún otro para que vosotros, creo que es una obviedad, podáis responder las cosas simplemente por el sentido común de la contextualización. So today, as you see, the first thing I'm going to do with you is to remember the task 3. If you remember, in this first English course, we have created a business or we have created a company, and this was the first of your task. The second task was to create three profiles or more profiles, because some of you have created more profiles of the prototype of a worker you wish or you want or you desire for the kind of business or the kind of company you have. In the task number 3, I suppose many of you are finishing the task, or you are going to begin the task, or you are sending the task, or you have already sent me the task. But just in case, if any of you is in the process of creating the third task, remember that in this task, you have to tell me how your company works. So depending if your company or your business is a big one or a small one, you will have 1, 2, or 20 departments. This is something that is conditioned for the size or for the amount of people that are working in your company. Also, if you have different departments, I suppose you have a person or two persons that are in charge of these departments. Remember that I told you in some of my classes or in any of my classes of the past that to be in charge is to be responsible of something. So if you are in charge of your company, is that you are the CEO, you are the boss, you are the chief, you are the head, the owner of the company. But obviously, even if you are not the boss, you can have different departments and you can be in charge of the recruitment department, you can be in charge of the economical or accountant department, you can be in charge of, for example, the social media department, you can be in charge of, or you can be the responsible of the delivery of package, for example, department, etc. So also you can give me a very brief explanation of sorry, of the department. So you can tell me, imagine, this is the social media department, and you tell me here, it is the person in charge of the department, and I have other two people. One of them is in charge of media understood like online newspapers, magazines, radios, and the other one is in charge of Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, whatever. Okay, so also it's important that you show me the hierarchy. When I say the hierarchy is this, okay, guys, this doesn't mean that this is not important. It's only that in all the places, in the UNIR, for example, there is this hierarchy, and I am more or less like here, okay, because teachers, we are the last ones of the university charges, okay? So you can do in the way you want, because for me it's free that you present me by means of an infographic or an infography, by means of a digital poster, by means of a Canva, by means of a Prezi. So the kind of presentation you do is totally up to you. Up to you, sorry, es algo que decidís vosotros. Cuando alguien nos dice it's up to you, this means it depends on you. So it's your decision. So if you are talking with, for example, someone in your department and you're asking, do you think we have to post at least twice during the week about the new product, For example, that we are launching in the business and the other person, the person in charge, the responsible of the activity tells you, it's up to you, it's up to you, it means it's your decision, okay? So here you have simply a prototype, a possible image of the hierarchy of a company, okay? So here would be probably the owner, president, chief, ahora lo llamamos CEO, CEO of the company. For example, here I see that they don't have departments. They simply have an accounting manager, a marketing manager, an operations manager, and human resources manager. Probably here you can write accounting department, marketing department, operation department, human resources department. But if you only have one person, probably, sorry, you can say the name of the person. For example, if you see in the marketing department or the responsibility of the marketing manager is advertising in social media, also is the sales supervisor, and he or she manages all the sales staff. Staff is all the people that or who work in your company. This is the staff. So, for example, in the UNIR, most of the staff are teachers. And in this case, the sales staff is all the people who work with the sales. Then we have the operation manager. So they have note takers supervisors, copiers supervisors, simply note taker copiers. And then, for example, here they only have a human resources manager. Well, I suppose depending on the size, depending on the importance or variety of people you have in your company, this can be similar, more simple, or more complex. So this is the task 3. So also today during this class in the morning and the second part this evening, I'm going to do the revision of the units 1, 2, 3, and also 4, okay? Because first I created the revision for the third or the 3 first ones, but then I have added the unit 4. So I'm going to tell you what is the most important of all the 4 units, not only related with the topics, but also related with the grammar and the vocabulary. So we are going to make a kind of revision of everything sorry, we have worked on during these months. Excuse me. Apart from that, today during my 2 different classes, I'm going to introduce the unit 5. In the unit 5, we are going to talk about important things from my point of view. So we are going to talk about the importance of safety at work. Safety es la seguridad en el trabajo, bueno, el bienestar de nuestros trabajadores o el bienestar de los trabajadores. So we are going to talk about safety at work. Also, in this lesson, and relating with the previous lessons, we are going to talk about how to manage situations under pressure. So all of us in many situations of our lives, of our lives, we have to take decisions, or we have to work under pressure. So sometimes limited of time, sometimes limited of emotions, sometimes between or in the middle of a conflict. So how to manage under pressure is something that you can learn theoretically, or you can read about it, but the only way to know the reaction or how to work under pressure is something that you learn by and with the experience. Okay, so yes, I think many things in life can be genetic. For example, you can be born very sociable, genetically speaking, or with the gift, con el don of language, or with the gift of mathematics. But sometimes, in some circumstances, it's important to have this gift, this skill, this capacity, but to work under pressure, to take decisions in the middle of a conflict, is something that needs your capacity, and also theory, to know and to read a lot about it, but also to have different experiences. Also, today we are going to see recommendations about how to avoid es evitar, how to avoid stress, and trying to have a nice work environment, a nice work atmosphere. Well, guys, to have a nice environment or atmosphere in the work not only depends on you, depends on everybody. But obviously, if you have a positive personality, or you try to do your best in a nice way, I think this is going to implement, this is going to add, be positive in the whole total environment. Also, it's important to take care of the mental health. Well, to take care of the mental health is quite related with work with dates, work under pressure, work while you are studying, work while some members of your family are ill, or work even if you are ill at the same time, or work and at the same time taking care of your children. So sometimes all these things, not now, always, also in the past, has a toll, is pasa una factura, has a toll in your mental health. So also we are going to talk about try to construct positive relations with or inside the work atmosphere. And it's important to know how a job, how a work can affect your personal life. So I think you are students, but I'm sure many of the students are in the UNIR are also workers. So you know that sometimes the problems you have in your job, the problems or the circumstances you have during your laboral day can affect a lot to your personal life, okay? So that's why today, and relating directly with the Unit 5, we are going to talk about managing stress at work. Sorry, I'm going to make a presentation for you. So they are general advice, general recommendation related or regarding how to act how to behave, comportarte, when you are having stress and what recommendations you can follow in order to avoid stress. Aquí hago un inciso. En ese tema en el que se habla mucho de la seguridad, del manejo de las emociones, de cómo manejarte en el ambiente laboral y también cómo pues, manejarte cuando tienes, y es normal, situaciones críticas o de estrés o problemáticas o conflictivas. Una parte de la gramática que vamos a ver es cómo hacer recomendaciones y por eso vamos a ver los verbos modales. Cómo dar consejo, es decir, cómo utilizar en inglés expresiones como should, que os lo explicaré, que es deberías, o you had better, más vale que hagas tal cosa, o it's better for you to, es mejor que hagas esto otro, o why don't we, ¿por qué no pruebas a? Es decir, he parado aquí para deciros que la razón por la cual en esta lección nos hablan de los verbos modales y más en concretamente de el verbo modal should, y luego yo os voy a explicar ought to, had better y otras expresiones, es porque hablando de estos temas es importante hablar sobre bueno, pues consejos, quizás qué es lo que deberías hacer, qué es lo que no deberías hacer, these kind of things. So I'm going to make a presentation for you talking about managing stress, and also we are going to see examples of a real exam in which the reading was or had this title, Stress at Work. So in some of the exams, in the reading or in the listening, or even in the writing, you can have situations related with stress at work. That's why I have uploaded in your documents one reading, which is reading talking about situations of stress while working. This is repeated. Also, I'm going to play for you after the presentation a video about how to deal with enfrentarse, struggle with, enfrentarte, face, enfrentarte, deal with, face, struggle with difficult situations at work. Also, we are going to watch a video during these 2 sessions. We are going to do today about a video on which you are going to see a video where they talk about well-being, to feel well while you are working. So what are the things that can make your work better when you are working? Also, I have included other 2 videos, but I will tell you in the next session. Also, in these 2 sessions, we are going to make a revision of the grammar in this course. Not only the grammar of the lesson or the unit 5, which I'm going to explain you, but also we are going to make a revision of important grammar points you have to bear in mind or to take into account. So in this unit 5, pero en la unidad 5, chicos, related with grammar y en relación con la gramática, y taking into account y teniendo en cuenta, we are talking about managing, about stress, about safety in the work. The grammar is going to talk about advice. Advice is consejo, recommendation. So what kind of advice, what kind of recommendations we have to follow if we want to have a well-being workplace, if we want to have positive reactions when having conflictive situations. And we are going to study all these expressions, ¿ok? En un adelanto os digo que should y ought to son dos verbos modales que significan debería, de tal manera que someone can tell you, alguien puede decirte algo que suele ponerte más nervioso, que es, por ejemplo, you should relax, debería relajarte. So when you are in a heart attack, when you are in a conflict, sometimes it's difficult to have your mind cold, fresh, focus and say, okay, I should relax, ¿ok? ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre should y ought to, chicos? Pues realmente los dos significan debería, pero se suele, es decir, es mucho más utilizada, por supuesto, la primera, should, y es la que aparece muchas veces, de hecho, en la unidad 5. Pero también quiero que sepáis que ought to es también un verbo modal que significa exactamente lo mismo, deberías de. Es menos utilizado y normalmente, o eso es lo que dice la teoría, ought to se utiliza más cuando estamos queriendo dar consejos de ámbito emocional. Es decir, tú puedes decir, you should work faster because we have to present this project tomorrow. Deberías trabajar un poco más rápido porque recuerda que la fecha límite es mañana. Pero si utilizáis ought to, es un debería más emocional. Por ejemplo, you ought to sleep more hours because I feel you are tired and you feel sad and very exhausted. So the two of them are debería. Podéis utilizarlo indistintamente, pero bueno, deciros que should aparece en muchas más ocasiones. Yo además os he puesto 4 formas más de un poco dar recomendación. Una es I had better y luego tenéis que poner el verbo tal cual. Had better es creo que deberías hacer mejor esta cosa. Yo creo que más vale que te centres en esto otro. For example, I think you had better work in the economy part today because tomorrow we are going to make the presentation of the accounts of the company and try to forget all the things related with economy but not with tomorrow's presentation. So had better más el verbo que sea tal cual sin ningún to, nada. You had better work in this, or you had better post twice a month. Also is I recommend you to work faster, or I advise you to rest more hours at night if possible, or my recommendation is to work 2 hours on the accountability, 1 hour on a meeting, and another 2 hours talking with the possible clients. En definitiva, en la unidad 5, in the unit 5, you have all well, you have this really. So how to make recommendations, advice, all these kind of things. Pero yo además os doy otras posibilidades que pueden serviros también para hacer recomendaciones. Aparte de la que aparece en la unidad 5 todo el tiempo, cuando habla de you should, shouldn't I, debería yo hacer esto, debería no hacerlo. So you have should, ought to, debería, had better, más vale que hagas esto, yo creo que harías mejor si te centras en esto. I recommend you is, te recomiendo que hagas esto otro. I advise you, te aconsejo que te centres en esta otra parte. O my recommendation is, y os daré también, aparte de estos verbos modales de recomendación, los otros verbos modales que hay que saber, que son el verbo can, could, may, might, because they appear a lot in the test and you can use in the writings and you can use in your normal life. And I think it's necessary to know, okay? Also, remember that one of the most important things during these units and that have appeared a lot in the TextWave platform is the present perfect and all the expressions that you are going to find with the present perfect. For example, I have just, plus perfect participle, acabo de. Have you ever, alguna vez has, I haven't yet, todavía no he, I have already, ya he, I have never, nunca he. So I tell you many times, guys, because I see that obviously this is used a lot, okay, in work context, en contextos de trabajo. Yes, I have just sent the email, acabo de enviar el email, or no, I haven't finished this task yet. No, perdóname, todavía no he acabado esto, déjame un momento. Or I have already sent all the necessary mails, or I have never practiced this kind of task. Can you help me? Okay, so it's important to have into account the expressions. And also it's important to know the prepositions with the present perfect, for, durante, since, desde, pero cuidado, since, si lo encontráis en un contexto y veis que no va con una expresión temporal, es porque no significa since yesterday, desde ayer. Si lo veis entre dos frases, y esto es importante y relevante, since significa ya que. Es decir, vosotros podéis encontrar I have worked in this company since last year. He trabajado en esta compañía desde el año pasado, pero también os podéis encontrar since como una linking word, es decir, una palabra que une dos frases. Por ejemplo, I have been studying English since I'm going to have an exam in 2 weeks. He estado estudiando inglés o llevo estudiando inglés bastante tiempo, ya que voy a tener un examen. During is durante and until is hasta. Also, today, during the classes, I'm going to talk about the quantifiers. The quantifiers, los cuantificadores, are important because it's a way to express quantity, porque es una manera de expresar cantidad, ¿ok? Pero no solo estos, sino cuando decimos muy, tenemos the tendency, la tendencia de decir todo el tiempo very, pero hoy os voy a decir otros muchos quantifiers para dar un grado al adjetivo, no solo muy, sino bastante, demasiado, extremadamente, altamente, es decir, una serie de quantifiers that are important. Also, as I have told you before, during these classes, I'm going to talk about the modal verbs. Why? Because the modal verbs appear all the time in the readings, and they are part of the oral conversations. So, well, here is a brief resume. Can for ability, for permission, so poder o saber. Could for the past, podía, sabía. May, might, puede que, for probability. Must is for an obligation, debes de. Should, as I have told you before, for advice. Well, obviously I'm going to present them in a most or in a more slow pace. And also, as I have told you before, during these 2 classes, I'm going to do a compendium of all the most important things of the first 4 units, referring to the topics and referring to the grammar, the 2 things. And also, I'm going to explain the oral exams and examples of these oral exams. So, well, obviously, you are not going to find this kind of photograph, or you could, but I'm going to tell you what kind of expressions you should use when you are making the description of a photograph or a set of photographs. Also, today, as we have a lot of time now and during this evening, I'm going to refresh the kind of letters we have seen. Esto está mal, complaint letter, confirmation letter, or request letter, only for you to refresh these kind of things. And also, we are going to talk about business vocabulary, so verbs that we use when working. So, guys, is it clear? ¿Es claro lo que vamos a ver durante estas dos sesiones? Vale, pues ahora que nos quedan 20 minutos, voy a empezar con... gracias, sois muy amables. Voy a hablar sobre stress at work, que es un poco de lo que se habla durante el tema 5. Voy a hacer la presentación de stress at work o managing stress at work y para esta tarde dejo todo lo demás ya que tenemos casi una hora y media. So give me a second because I'm going to introduce for you. I'm going to introduce for you. One second. Managing stress at work. I'm going to share with you. One second, please. And after introducing how to manage stress at work, during this evening, we are going to see some videos related with stress at work. And obviously, we are going to talk about these grammar aspects, and we are going to do the revisions of the previous sessions. And also, I'm going to show you, os voy a enseñar un examen real, es decir, un examen del año pasado, varios exámenes de otros años, where you can see the written exam, what it is like, okay? So if you cannot be, obviously, this evening, you will have the second part today or tomorrow when they upload. I think it is upload instantly, and you have already in your documents all these things. So guys, I'm going to talk about something all of us we have. Voy a hablar algo, de algo que hoy en día todos tenemos en exceso, y es el estrés en general y el estrés en el trabajo. All of us, y el estrés en los estudios, o el estrés en todo, because we do everything at the same time. So guys, the reason why we talk about how to manage stress at work is because this can be included in the safety en nuestro bienestar o en nuestra seguridad when working. If we are able to reduce the stress while we are working, not always is possible, we are going to feel much better. So, well, when we have stress in our lives, not only in the work, but work is something that helps a lot to be stress in life. Un inciso, cuando tú estás stress, es simplemente que tienes estrés, pero si tú estás stress out, es que estás ya en el límite, ¿ok? And obviously, si tú estás burn out, es que ya casi no hay cuenta atrás, es decir, ya estás en ese punto en el que haces una brevedad o haces un breve espacio en el que desconectas o no hay manera. So stress, all of us, we can be stressed. If you say, oh my goodness, I am totally stressed out. If you are stressed out, you are extremely stressed, and obviously you can have burning out. Okay. Also, when you have a stress in life, in your work, you can suffer for anxiety. So you are all the time thinking, okay, I have these exams for my grade, and at the same time, I have to deal with these clients, and at the same time, I have to go on working, continue with this project. So in some cases, we can have depression. Sometimes we can have insomnia, or we can feel deprived of, deprived of, deprived of is estar deprivado de sueño. So to have insomnia, sometimes hypertension, and this can lead or to have as consequence issues, problems with your heart. Sometimes when you are stressed, you have frequent illness or illnesses, and obviously you can feel a total exhaustion. So you can say that you are tired, estoy cansado, or you can say I am totally exhausted, okay? Or I am in total exhaustion. So this is what stress can provoke, can cause in people. So what contributes to the stress in the employee? We are employees, okay? So in the employee, you see this employee saying, help, please help. So, well, sometimes you feel stressed because in your company or in your business, they are downsizing. Downsizing es cuando están haciendo un ERE. Downsizing or reorganizing, sorry, or making a reorganization of your company. So if you know that it's going to be a downsize, unere, in your company, or that it's going to be a reorganization in the departments, and this leads, conlleva, and this leads to the cutting of some personnel, obviously this is going to cause some stress issues in you. Also, it's important that when you have large is big workload is a lot of work, is going to lead to stress. Also, to work long work hours. It's curious, but most of us, I suppose you also, we work more than 8 works a day. Sometimes in some situations we work 8, 10, 12, and some very important aspect to lead to the employee stress is that we are all the time in contact with technology. So 24 hours, 7 days a week. So I suppose you have had the sensation that you are all the time checking your mails, checking your task, checking all the possible questions or other people in your job are asking you. Also, try to balance, balance, escrito, to balance is como intentar unir y que puedan tener sentido nuestra vida y nuestro trabajo, es decir, cómo relacionar de manera positiva our work obligations and our life obligations. And sometimes when you have a lot of stress, you have problems in your health because you have a lot of concerns. Concerns are when you have worries, cuando estás muy preocupado. So what are the contributors? So what are the factors of your stress as an employee? Los ERES, downsizing or downsize your company, reorganization, a lot of work, long hours, which means more hours than 8, usually many more hours, that even if you are on vacation, you are connected with technology and the possible task you have, how to conciliar, balance your personal life with your life obligations and all the worries, all the problems, all the issues, all the concerns that this stress can cause in your health. So according to this presentation, they say, what are the steps you should follow in order to manage the stress? This is theory, and this is also real, but well, sometimes it works, a veces funciona, sometimes it doesn't work, a veces no. So the 7 steps they say we should use in order to manage our stress is eat a balanced and nutritious diet started with breakfast. Well, I think we should do it. Not always is possible, but we should do a balance. Una cosa, balance es conciliar, pero balance diet es tener una dieta equilibrada, ¿entendido? Y balance también es la báscula. Entonces, cuidado, el verbo balance, to balance, porque regular, es conciliar, también es balance diet, tener una dieta equilibrada, pero yo balance también es cuando te pesas. Okay, so eat a balanced and nutritious diet started with breakfast. Get a good night sleep. We should have same time to go to bed, same time to wake up. So make some time and services as a volunteer. The problem is that sometimes we don't find the time. Sometimes if you feel bad, you can seek for help, for professional help. Sometimes a psychologist to try to talk about your problems. And if you feel that you have a more serious depression or a more serious depressed, or you feel burnt out, my advice is to go to the psychiatrist, el médico psiquiatra, because they can talk to you, but at the same time, they can medicate a bit to help you to be able to survive to critical situations. So sometimes, yes, the psychologist is important, of course, but sometimes when you don't feel well, you not only need a psychologist, but also medical psychiatrics, because he can medicate at the same time. And with the psychologist and with the medicines, you can find your way. So keep moving means to do exercise during your life, at least 30 minutes a day. They say express your feelings. You are not alone. No, you are not alone. All of us, we are stressed, but sometimes we are reserved and we don't express our feelings except our family. And get to the root of it. Get to the root of it es, vamos a ver, localizar de dónde viene ese estrés. Y dice, remove es intenta evitar this stressor or try new strategies. Well, this is not so easy because sometimes the root is the job and we need the job. So, well, it's important to know what is the root, de dónde nace ese malestar, because sometimes in this way we can combat this situation. So it says, as finishing the main idea, you will never completely remove. Remove es aislar, quitar, eliminar, remove. También podemos utilizar remove en medicina, por ejemplo, remove a tumor es quitar un pequeño tumor. So, remove es quitar de tu vida algo normalmente negativo. Remove stress from your life. But if you identify and manage your stressors, perhaps you can maintain a positive and a healthy lifestyle. Okay, so here they say, as professional, some things you can do in your company for your workers. So, for example, little decisions that you do in your company, but that make some impact. Eat right, get sleep, stay active. So it says some minutes of exercise a day, 5 days a week. So sometimes when in your company you see this kind of posters and you are reading them, these subliminal readings while you are working can make you awake a bit. Okay, so it's never too late to form healthy habits. So some posters in your company, you are eating right, you are getting enough physical activity, you have enough sleep, and says sometimes when you make little adjustments, cuando haces pequeños cambios en tu vida to your routine, you can have an important impact on your health. Okay, so here you have it's never too late to have healthy habits. So they say some posters, some things your employees or you as an employer can read in your company, and subliminally speaking, you read them every day and they can help you to change. Okay, and well, then this evening I'm going to play for you this 2-minute safety video where they say to the employees of a company how to incorporate healthy habits in your daily routine. So, guys, this is for today. This is my class. I have included you what we are going to work in the unit 5. I have included you the refresh of the task 3, and I have introduced you the unit 5 with this presentation about how managing stress at work. So during this afternoon, I'm going to begin talking about stress. I'm going to read a reading of an exam which talks about some questions that you can find in your exam about the stress, and we are going to see 3 videos about safety in your companies, how to create a positive atmosphere in your work, and how to manage stress and conflicted situations when you are working. And I'm going to explain in the grammar the revision of the units 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I'm going to introduce you the modal verbs and how to make recommendations and advice. And also I'm going to talk about your exams, the part of your exam, how to create your oral exam, and also I'm going to show you real exams of previous years for you to make an idea of the kind of readings or the little grammar you are going to have, what I have to do, or what kind of writings probably I have to create, or I'm going to play some listenings. They are short, 1 minute, 1 minute and 30. You can have in your exam, always related with this kind of things. Okay, so if I see you this evening, I will be more than happy than being with you. I think it's at 6. It's at 6, guys, this evening. I think it's from 6 to 7:30. 5. Thank you, Carmen. Well, I was going to see, iba a ir a mirarlo otra vez, pero perfecto. From 5 to 6:30. Es de 5 a 6:30. Perfect. Mejor. From 5 to 6:30. So I'm going to go on with all these things. and I'm going to talk about grammar. I'm going to talk about the exam, and I'm going to explain different things. And in these different things, I'm going to play a video on which you see some conflicts in your work and how to manage. Okay, so guys, we see you again live en vivo if you connect at 5, or I see you when you can, o os veré cuando podáis. The second part of this class in the moment you can or you like. Okay, so it has been a pleasure, and we will see again at 5. Thank you, Carmen. Well, I think I was going to see again, but now it's clear at 5. Okay, so a pleasure, guys, and we will see you this evening. Bye. See you at 5. In Valladolid now, -3.